Honestly, life after high school is a bit depressing. At the point of graduation, you've spent 72% of your life in the school system. That's 72% of your life that was for the most part dictated by school. School determined your sleep schedule, your breakfast, your lunch, your social life, and even how you measured your own worth. And then one day it all just stops. The reputation others had of you, your identity, your structure all get destroyed overnight. Facing the reality of leaving 72% of what you thought was life behind is scary, and replacing that with a grueling 9 to 5 can feel even more overwhelming. It's likely you could lose some friends too. Post-high school depression is something that doesn't get talked about a lot, and it holds us back from feeling like we can really launch ourselves into the life we thought about after high school. Some people extend their time in the education system through college just to excuse these responsibilities. But for others that don't have that opportunity, it can seem unfair. However, with graduation coming right around the corner, there's no better time than to prepare yourself for this change. Creating structure in your life will be the most important step in your journey outside of high school. School created your structure, and that structure was made to keep you in your 9 to 5. So let's go over 3 ways you can create that structure in your life. The first way you can recreate that structure is by building a routine that supplements your goals. A lot of self-help creators will sell you their routine, their goals, and their formula. But what they fail to admit or recognize is that everyone is different. I tried to follow these alpha male morning routine protocols, and it's possible you have too. However, have you ever considered that school taught us to think this way? If school and growing up taught us to go to others for structure, then maybe we never actually learned how to build our own. You can build a solid routine by first recognizing your clear goals. Okay, so let's assume your goals are to become fit, create content, and practice meditation. Starting simple is the best, since you're not used to having an excess amount of free time. Instead of cramming all of that work on your goals in the morning, try spreading it out through the day after you complete large, mandatory tasks. Building a routine is like building traditions. If you make it a tradition in your head to meditate after work, it can seem less like a chore you have to get done and more like an activity that you plan for the better of yourself. The goal isn't to stay comfortable forever. It's actually to eliminate unstructured free time out of your life. Unstructured free time is where the bad habits thrive. The second way you can combat your post-high school depression is understanding that after graduation, unstructured free time is your biggest enemy. In school, your time is always accounted for, but at home, free time is all you have. Figuring out what to do when you have free time can be a difficult task, especially if you don't want to fill that time with doom scrolling, jerking off, and binge eating. First of all, trying to be keenly aware of when you fall into your bad habits because of unstructured free time is key. If you notice you fall into your worst habits right after work, then that's the time you need to fill with productive habits. This way, you can restructure what it means to be productive and relax. Because relaxing doesn't always have to be about doing absolutely nothing while stimulating your mind with dopamine through screens. Focus on relaxing habits that strengthen you and your mind. Meditation, reading, cooking, even sitting down with a notepad and a free YouTube documentary. Relaxing doesn't have to be about turning your brain off. Keeping learning in my life has been extremely fulfilling. School never taught us to learn on our own. It only taught us to listen. You can't form your own perspective on life if you were only ever taught to absorb someone else's. Creating our own unique perspective on life helps us become more aware of our reality. Learning doesn't always look like buckling yourself to a desk and staring at a professor. It just has to look like curiosity. The next time you find yourself genuinely asking, how does this even work? Or how is this so good for me or bad for me, vice versa? Discovering the world around you and its effects on your mind and body is not only useful for personal fulfillment, foundation of becoming someone who actually knows who they are. That was my video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. It's a great timed video because a lot of you are probably leaving high school soon because that's my target demographic. But if you enjoyed this video, hey, maybe check out my other ones. And also, there's 2 buttons there. There's a subscribe button and there's a like button. Doesn't hurt to touch them. But if you enjoyed this video, have a good day. Thank you.